We need to be here, and it's one of the reasons why they hate us so much. We need to be here as a stark contrast of what white well-being actually looks like. This is why they won't talk to us. This is why they ostracize us. This is why they push us out. None of these people are good people. None of these content creators at root are good people. I have asked repeatedly, how does the white race get better after the Jews are gone? Let's just take your fantasy for a moment that you're somehow magically going to be able to get rid of what you claim is an omnipotent group, omniscient. They are ubiquitous in halls of power. They're serving their self-interests, every single one of them. And they're billionaires, and they always show up. Their billionaires show up to fight for them. How are you going to get rid of them? You don't have an answer for that. You're not getting rid of them over the course of your life. But even if, let's just say, we'll take it for granted for the conversation, how do white people then recapture our destiny once they're gone? Not a single one has told me how. Do you know that? You know the reality. If you could snap your fingers and all Jewish people, whether they're anti-white or not, would suddenly be teleported to a better planet Earth somewhere where they could live out their dreams of happiness and milk and honey wherever they go. And all of a sudden, we are left in this multiracial anti-white stew because anti-whiteism isn't going anywhere. You can blink the Jewish people out of existence. Anti-whiteism is still everywhere in the West. It is still infinitely useful to both white and non-white anti-whites. Why? Because they can dominate white people with the anti-white ideology. Why would they ever give it up? Over the years, I've shared with you so many instances of non-white leaders of non-white countries or representatives of non-white countries complaining about America using the exact same anti-whiteism that is used on us here. So how do white people then mount a defense against this multiracial anti-whiteism? Self-centered, filthy rich white people who were anti-white back in the day when our countries were 100% white or 90+% white, and who were the cause of non-whites, both anti-white and not anti-white, coming into our countries. They're going to be in our midst still too. What about this, which is a significant problem? If white people aren't identifying ourselves, if we're not focused on ourselves as a single people being victimized on the basis of our birth, our most fundamental element of existing, if this is not an ideology by way of this practice that makes its way throughout a significant portion of the white population around planet Earth, then white people will revert to what we were doing before anti-whiteism looked the way it does today. It'll be the Catholics against the Protestants and the Protestants against the Catholics. It'll be the Baptists against everybody. The Mormons already have a serious stake and a lot of power. They'll be vying for more power. There'll be the fractionalizing of the countries. It'll be the Southern mentality against the Northern and the Northern against the Southern and the rural against the city. White people will break ourselves up between educated and non-educated, between this economic class and that economic class, and we will all wage war on each other while still in our midst. Anti-whiteism continues to dominate and succeed. Inevitably, it's ineluctable. Anti-whiteism would continue to dominate the West, even if you could snap Jews out of existence, and you would just have a different group of masters who are dominating. This notion or this lie that is sold to you by so many of these anti-Jew spurgs, that if you just get rid of the Jews, presupposes that white people upon that moment would identify with love, which they haven't been doing at any point, with the rest of our population. That would not suddenly happen. There is not any this, then that. We were at war with each other endlessly, bloodthirsty, at odds with each other since time immemorial, before anti-whiteism took on the current iteration. So no, even if you could snap Jews out of existence, you would not have a better life for white people. No, it would look just the way it does today. The names might be different in the banking industry. The names might be different in the media. The names might be different. You know what would happen if Catholics took over Hollywood? It would be all pro-Catholic and anti-Protestant. And it wouldn't matter if they were white. And the pro-Catholics would be siding with the non-whites in the Catholic religion, just like they're doing now in this Christian nationalism. Why would you think that would suddenly go away? It was Catholic leadership in Central and South America that biologically white erased the white race almost entirely out of all of those countries. So that's what would happen if the Jews could be suddenly gone, but they can't be suddenly gone. So it doesn't matter anyhow.